What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm gonna show you how I made these. Beautiful, delicious, smoky, juicy, cheesy, amazing smoked buffalo chicken dip egg rolls. Coming up. This is a chicken. A beautiful chicken from my friends over at Rem5 Farms over in Brenham. Really great stuff, great beef, pork, and of course, some lovely chickens. Pat it dry. And this is about a 5-pound broiler chicken, looking very nice. If you've never had a local non-commodity chicken before, I highly recommend it. The flavor is outstanding. And if you want to get a beautiful chicken like this, support a small rancher here in Texas, go to rem5farms.com. I'll have a link down below. Not sponsored, just a fan. So now what we need to do is break this thing down. And today I think I'm gonna go for a good old spatchcock, maybe in half. I don't know, we'll find out. So first things first, I'm gonna remove that spine. A pair of kitchen shears, either side of the tail, and just go all the way through. Still got the neck on there, pretty cool. Make for a great chicken stock. And I think to make things easier, I'm gonna just go ahead and split this bird in half. And there we have it. Beautiful chicken, split in half. Does not take much time. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck those wing tips, make seasoning those breasts a little bit easier, which is in fact the next step. And we're making buffalo chicken today, so you can really go with whatever kind of rub you like. You could go with no seasoning and just season it once it's all chopped up at the end. You could go just salt, do a dry brine, get some crispy skin that way, all-purpose rub, salt and pepper, really whatever you want. But today I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some good old-fashioned Chuds BBQ Snake Bite Spicy Rub. This is my favorite rub for direct heat chicken lately. It's got that salty, savory quality you're really looking for in an all-purpose rub, but with a little more heat, and we've also got some vinegar powder in there, which basically gives us a very similar flavor profile to a wing sauce. Highly recommend it. Flip these over. We're gonna start on the underside, and on this particularly windy day, we're gonna do our best. Oh, right in the face, off the bat. That's just great. We're gonna just get a nice healthy rub coating on these guys. Oh, it burns! One of the downsides of cooking outside. Looking good, gonna flip these over and do the same to the top and all the sides. Folks, come on. It's the beauty of these kind of all-purposey rubs. Just go on with as much as it can hold, and it usually works out just perfectly. Looking pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and fire up the pit. And on the pit we go. Gonna be rocking a pretty classic hot and fast direct heat chicken cook today. Got this pit fired up to around 300, maybe 325. We're gonna start bone side down, really get that internal temp rising, get some color on the bottom. Then we can flip them over and get some nice crispy skin. And hopefully it'll only take a couple hours, but we'll check back in a little bit. All right, it's been about 45 minutes on these chickens, and let's see how they're looking. Not bad. You can see all that rub is really barked onto there. Nothing's fallen off at this point. And yeah, there was that little extra piece of skin and I had to throw that on, but let's go ahead and give these a flip. Beautiful color on that. Lovely stuff. Got all those juices and fats rendering out, hitting the coals, giving us that wonderful direct heat flavor. But now we're gonna get that skin nice and crispy, make sure these things are cooked through, and it's time to start working on everything else. We're making a blue cheese coleslaw, by the way, and I know blue cheese is one of those topics that is kind of polarizing on the internet, but buffalo chicken and blue cheese is just a classic combo. And if you don't feel that way, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And you could always just make a ranch slaw if you felt like doing this. Anywho, let's go ahead and make ourselves a dressing. Starting by going into a bowl here with some sour cream, some Duke's mayonnaise, some buttermilk, a splash of Worcestershire sauce, a little shot of some Dijon, a little bit of granulated garlic, and some blue cheese crumbles. Oh yeah, I love blue cheese. And we're just gonna go ahead and get that all nice and mixed up. Give that a little taste and adjust. I'm gonna hit mine with a pinch of salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And this is basically just a blue cheese dip. And you can really dial in the viscosity to however thick or thin you like, depending on how much buttermilk and sour cream you put in there. I'm trying to make this one a little bit on the thinner side because it's a coleslaw dressing in this instance, but if I don't use it all, I'll probably add a little more sour cream to thicken it up a little bit and dip some chicken wings in there. But let's go ahead and mix it with our cabbage. Got a half a head of cabbage here. I'm gonna just go in little by little until it's feeling perfectly dressed. Yeah, we'll just use our hands. That way I can break up any chunks of cabbage or pull out any big ones that I may have missed. And there we go. There's a blue cheese coleslaw. Super quick and easy and tasting very good. And just like that, about 2 hours later, these chickens are coming off the pit. 2 hours total, that is, by the way. Pretty quick cook. And these guys are looking beautiful. Lovely golden skin on there, nice and crispy. Looking and smelling so good. Temping right around 170 in the breast. I like to go a little bit farther when I know I'm gonna be pulling it and chopping it up. And those thighs are around 185. So off this comes. We're gonna let this rest. And just like that, these chickens have rested down, so it's time to dive on in, and they are just feeling and smelling so good. We'll start by ripping these wings off. Boop. That's a good looking chicken wing right there. Then we'll separate the thigh from the breast. Looking juicy, looking nice. We'll break these apart while we're here, and we'll do the same to the other side. Woo, juicy. Yoink. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull this skin off. I'm gonna set this skin aside for just a second, but that is a nice looking chicken breast right there. Do the same on this one and every other piece. Beautiful. For a quick cook like that, I'm pretty pumped. Beautiful looking skin. And now we're left with a bunch of naked chicken and a big pile of skin, and you know I'm throwing this back on the pit, meat side down to get extra crispy. This is a great trick, folks, if you're a fan of crispy chicken skin, which we all are. Ooh. Nice little sizzle. And this will not take long, but we should end up with some nice little chicken chicharron. Beautiful. We'll check back in on these in about 10 minutes. And while that cooks away, we're gonna go ahead and pull all these bones out, which is pretty easy because it's cooked nice and tender. Ooh, got that tender in there. Looking real nice. Just some beautiful looking chicken. And of course, you could just pick up a rotisserie chicken. You could do your own rotisserie chicken. You could just do some thighs if that's what you're feeling. It's up to you. And at this point, you could go ahead and just pull this up, or you could chop it really fine. Really up to you, depending on what kind of texture and consistency you're after. I'm probably just gonna pull it. I want it pretty small, but I still want to have some chunks in there. Just like that. Next up, into our bowl we go in with all of our beautiful shredded chicken, followed by our smoky melty cream cheese. Boop. And honestly, it's not very smoky. I just did that to soften it up. We're gonna go in with some of our cheddar cheese, because what doesn't sound good about that? And of course, we gotta hit this with some hot sauce. I'm going with Frank's Red Hot. It's the Buffalo Classic. Oh yeah. Beautiful. And we'll just get this all nice and mixed up. And basically this is making a buffalo chicken dip, except I'm using about half the amount of cream cheese I would if I was actually trying to make this a dip. Meaning it's gonna be much more chicken heavy and a little bit more substantial. But that is one of the best smells in the world right there. Direct heat buffalo chicken dip. Once that's mixed up, give it a taste. Oh my God. That is so good. Doesn't really need much. I was gonna say you could add some salt, add some pepper, you could add some more rub to it. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of this hot sauce to it. Yeah. But just taste and adjust until it tastes the way you want it to taste. That is so good. The little bit of sharpness you get from the cheddar cheese. Ah, love it. Chicken skin coming off the pit and looking very nice. That is definitely some crispy chicken skin. Gotta love that. Little chips. Come on. Beautiful. I mean, while I'm here. Raw. That flavor is so good. Let's go ahead and chop this up. Ooh, it's got a kick to it. It's like spicy barbecue chicken bacon bits. Yes, please. And finally, at long last, it is time to make some buffalo chicken egg rolls. So we got some egg roll skins here. Throw it down. Grab some of our buffalo chicken dip here. Throw it right in the corner. Not quite sure how big to make this, but I guess we will find out. That looks about good. On top of that, we'll go down with some of our coleslaw, because an egg roll typically is meat and cabbage. This is just a football version. And then, of course, we'll hit that with some of our crispy chicken skin, just for a little extra texture and flavor. And now we'll do our best to roll this up, although I think I made it too big. Deja vu to the last time when I made whole hog egg rolls. Those were really good. All right, just wrap this up nice and tight. Tuck everything in. Give it an old roly-poly. Not my best work. Then I got a little bit of egg wash here. I'm just gonna wet my finger and use that as a glue to hold this together and finish it up. Not my best work, but it'll probably eat. Try that again, shall we? Chicken down. Do a little bit less this time. A little bit of cabbage. Crispy chicken skin. And we roll. I'm gonna paint this a head now. Hopefully it'll stick together a little bit better. And that's why they call it an egg roll. Not really. Roll it up. And there we go. All right, I'm gonna repeat this a few more times. And just like that, all rolled up. Obviously, number one is the ugliest, and the last ones are looking really good. But now all we need to do is drop these into a deep fryer. Got this thing fired up to about 350, 375 degrees, and we're just gonna go ahead and start dropping these in. Ooh, I really hope they don't explode. Should only take a couple minutes. Woohoo, not too bad. Looking good. Took about 3-4 minutes. These are looking good, so I'm gonna pull them out. And round number two coming out. This one took a surprisingly shorter amount of time. Weird. And here they are in all their glory, folks. No blowouts at all. These are just looking so good. Very happy with how those fried up. And now I think it's time to slice into one. Looking crispy, looking bubbly, smelling good. Oh, and there we go. That looks cool. Got some chunks of chicken in there. Whole bunch of that coleslaw. Nice fried exterior. I'm ready to dive in. Gotta say, folks, out of all the magnificent looking things we've made on this tailgating football food series, these guys are definitely calling my name the most. I mean, deep fried buffalo chicken. What more do you need? Oh, hot. Oh, that's exactly what you want it to be. So juicy, so flavorful, perfect amount of kick to it. Super thin, crispy outside. Oh, that is so good. I mean, what more do you need? That is just ridiculous. I love buffalo chicken dip. I don't make it enough, but in deep fried egg roll form with some crunchy cabbage in there too, that is a keeper. Why didn't I do this sooner? That is so good. You can tell it's good because it's still way too hot, but I'm not slowing down. Those little micro blisters on that thing are so cool. It's just a perfect little vessel for some barbecue. That was a big chunk of chicken in that one, and I liked it. Next time someone asks me to do an event and I say yes, I'm gonna bring these, because you can make these so far in advance and then just flash fry them to order. That was really good. I like it. That crispy skin in there is very nice too, and it's just so buffalo-y, so chickeny. It may sound like a gimmicky thing to do, and it kind of is, but it really does make sense in an egg roll. Probably should have gone heavier on that cabbage though, but oh well. Brooke, would you like to try a buffalo chicken egg roll?
Yes.
Choose your favorite. I got this one for you. That's
the
nicest looking fried one.
I'm nervous because I'm not a big blue cheese fan.
You really don't get too much of it.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good.
It's spicy.
A little bit, but
not bad.
Nothing I can't handle. I like that.
It's very, very chickeny.
These are fat.
Yeah, they're big boys. I tried to make a couple of small ones. That's about as small as I could get.
I got a blue cheese chunk.
I made this one without any slaw in it for you.
Well, why didn't you have me have that one first?
I wanted to see if you liked it. We're gonna train you to like blue cheese eventually.
It just tastes like an old wooden chip.
I love old wooden chips. Give us a nice crispy bite. Ooh. Should we start an ASMR channel? So now you're just eating deep fried buffalo chicken dip, and that's disgusting, Brooke.
I need some ranch.
Oh, well, yeah. I never thought I'd say you need the vegetables for this dish, but yeah, I don't know.
Carrot or celery.
Yeah, I thought about putting some celery or some carrot chunks in there, a little extra texture. I wanted to put some blue cheese crumbles in there on top, but I know that I'd get in trouble for that. But honestly, as far as buffalo chicken dishes go, other than chicken wings, this is probably my favorite one. Because it's actually still deep fried. You got the crunchy and the tender meat.
Way less messy.
Full of flavor.
Way less messy than buffalo wings.
Yeah, it is. And it's just so good. I wonder how these would reheat. Probably pretty well. In the oven, air fryer?
Yeah, pop them in the fryer, the air fryer.
What was that? I wish I knew anything about cars. I would save one right now. A 1952 Buick Cilantro.
Cilantro.
What should we egg roll next?
Ooh, okay. Trudy's has gone downhill, but they used to have these things called flaquitis, I think. And they were like black bean, queso, corn. There was no meat in them though. That's a lie. They did have a version with meat in it, but I obviously never ate those because I was vegetarian back then, but...
What?
I was. But those were really good.
Before I go ahead and secretly eat the rest of these while you are in class or doing whatever, I think it's time for the official taste test. What do we got here? Is that too much? Ow. All right, y'all, that's it. That's how to make some absolutely fantastic smoky buffalo chicken egg rolls. I highly recommend giving this one a try. If you've never made egg rolls before, they come together pretty quick. And no matter what flavor profile you go with, they're a crowd pleaser, for sure. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something else. outside. Peace.